And whoever has joined us doesn't know who I am. I'm Brother Sean, and I'm a member of the Teo family of Interspiritual Franciscans, a wonderful family of men and women who are gathered in different parts of the world. But this morning, I keep forgetting it's morning here now, and I know it's still evening on the East Coast in America. But I just read a reflection before I went live from some research I've been doing, and it was a quote from the Dalai Lama, a wonderful man. I've got a lot of respect for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and this is what he said: an open heart is an open mind. And that really for me sums up 2012. An open heart is an open mind. So let us just, as we can, to be still in the presence of this wonderful presence we call the Cosmic Christ. Because He knows us. He knows every part of us. And yet, however hard you and I may choose to run away or to create a persona where He can't reach us, we're fooling ourselves. For they call Him the Hound of Heaven. And whoever God has created on this earth plane, each hair on their head is numbered, and they are known by their DNA strands. And the Supreme sends beings of light to find them wherever they are, if they're in the gutter, if they're in the red light districts, wherever they are, they will be found. Because that is the commitment the Supreme has made to you and me, that I will find you wherever you are. So now the Supreme has found us, so let us now surrender the next 30 minutes or so to the wonderful, beautiful, magnificent, reverent, all-encompassing, all-embracing Cosmic Christ. And as we relax now, let us be still in that knowledge that an open mind is an open heart. And an open heart is an open mind. So we call on the company of heaven using our gift of free will. And we invoke the messengers of God by using their mantra. Yes, they have a mantra, a sacred mantra. And we say it 3 times. Inura, 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 Zainura. And when I was given that mantra in December 1999, with the blueprint, the Angel Bakwa for self-healing, they translated it for me one morning at 3 o'clock when they used to wake me up every morning. And there could be days when I went without food or water or sleep, because they were sending all this wonderful stuff which I knew nothing about, but I just wrote and wrote and wrote and kept on writing until one day I almost collapsed with exhaustion. And a friend said, "But don't you tell them that you work to a 24-hour clock?" I said I couldn't, because what they're giving me is so beautiful. It translates, "Angels, here I am. I come to be with you." So let us just relax and take a deep breath and feel the love of the Supreme. Feel the love of the Father, Mother God, our beautiful Gaia, our Earth Mother, the Ascended Masters, our teachers. Let us sense the presence of our loved ones in spirit, our parents and grandparents and all our pets that have crossed over, let us become aware that we are never alone. The mind wants us to believe that we're stuck here on earth for a punishment. But the heart tells us that we are here as part of our sacred contract, that we agreed to and that we signed and ratified in the presence of God. So let us come into that place. Let us come and be still in the presence of God. And let us know that we are loved. For that love is all-embracing. And though we have a finite mind and don't often understand the infinite mind of God, all we do is surrender in love, knowing that all will be well in the fullness of time, and that nothing and no one should lead us off our path if we have remained in that power of God, our power, the presence of the I Am within us. This is the cosmic Christ. The cosmic Christ is here. His energies are through for those who have surrendered, because they're experiencing amazing things in their life. Amazing things. Their gift of intuitivity has become so heightened and finely tuned that the strands of their soul's DNA has already been activated. And they know in their heart, in their spirit, in their higher self, that they are here as part of preparing for the Christ consciousness, the cosmic influx of divine light for all mankind. Let me share with you our notes following on from yesterday evening. I've gone and left them in the other room. Okay, we shall remember. Lord, give me a good memory. We talked the last 2 nights about friendship, but tonight we're talking about the importance of recognizing a true friend, of recognizing the worth of a true friend through respect, mutual respect. As I explained yesterday evening in our recording, people say they've thousands of friends. Well, I wouldn't like to be that person. I can count the friends on one hand. Friends that I call my soulmates, but there's only one who is ultimately number one, and that is the Christ, my first love, who created me, who formed me, who loves me, who accepts me, and who's been there for me. That is my first love, my true friend. My second is in spirit, who crossed over in 1996. My dear friend, Brother Eddie, of 28 years. We were like twins. Then there's Brother Rob, Sister Jean, and my dear friend Cass. And next to that, of course, there's my brothers and sisters in the Teo community with Brother Tom. And of course, Ellen and Elizabeth, Polly and others. I have lots of acquaintances, and I want to keep it that way. Many of them want to try and become a friend, but I know from my heart that if I let some of them in, they will take liberties, as friends do. Fair weather friends are plentiful. Fair weather friends we all have. And we know that the Christ brings special people into our lives at certain times. but we must have respect for the friendship that comes to us. We must not try and control it. We must not try and lay our agenda in their lap. There's got to be a reverence and a distance, a safe distance. And then as time progresses and God's love inspires us to release more with our friend, we can do so in confidence. But if we do not test the waters of friendship, first through prayer, by asking our higher self, is it God's plan? Is it for my highest good that I allow myself reveal my interior castle, that I discuss the workings of my life and my soul? Do I share with them my innermost secrets? Often you'll hear a no-no, and sometimes you might hear a yes, yes. And those of us who've not checked out with our higher self first and just gone ahead and blurted out all about our life non-stop 24/7, we suddenly find in time that our friendship with that person becomes strained, because it becomes codependent, doesn't it? It becomes codependent. There's a codependency coming from it. And then you find, as I found with some friends, you almost end up getting blackmailed for not sharing with them. And they make you feel guilty for daring to withhold information from them. It's as if they've taken your power from you and they want you to play their game. That is not friendship, that I understand it now. But I was one of those who abused friendship by not showing respect. Now I do. So let us bring that to the cosmic Christ. Within the church, within religion, and within all of mankind, often we can give a lip service to friends, to partners, to lovers, who sometimes we get what we call grievous bodily harm of the ear, where it's non-stop whinging, moaning and groaning. So we cut off. We switch off. And we have a saying over here in Great Britain, talk to the hand. The face ain't listening, but Christ is listening. But Christ isn't a fair weather friend. The cosmic Christ is our beloved. He is the cosmic Christ. He's a spiritual teacher. He's one of God's sons. And he brings to us the balance of the feminine masculine energy we call diaphragmatic energy. He brings to us the softness and subtleness of the masculine energy of God. That's all embracive, all inclusive, respectful, reverent, healing, empowering, and humbling. And he brings us to Magdalena, who is the divine feminine essence of God. They come as a package. They come male and female from God. So if we have difficulty respecting friendship, we shall have the same difficulty respecting the cosmic Christ. The two go hand in hand. The two go hand in hand. That interior love of self that we talked about recently, that respect for ourself as the beloved of God, will demonstrate how we connect in our relationship with the cosmic Christ. And now the cosmic Christ is preparing you and me and all of mankind, but especially those who have surrendered their heart to his love. He's preparing them to become a conduit of light, so that the divine will release through the tree of life within us, through the 7 branches, through the crown chakra, and down through our heart, out through our 7 roots, to bring love, light and blessing to the world. because the world at this moment is in deep negative mindsets. And we can see that in the galactic changes, we can see it in how mankind speaks and treats one another. We can see it in how we don't respect the planet Earth. We can see it in climatic changes. We can see it in the face of people, a deep unhappiness. More so in the cities where there's a very strong negativity. There isn't as much here because we're in a small village and we're surrounded by beauty, and it is beautiful. But we need to be mindful that we have been prepared for this moment. Many of us have been stripped like an onion, each layer being taken away. Personal issues, painful issues have been named, have been blessed and released. And we are now being stripped to our core so that the temple of the I Am presence within us is becoming infused by the light of the cosmic Christ. And our life is more focused on nurturing the spiritual life and a spiritual relationship with the Supreme. And the cosmic Christ will use us just like to boil a kettle of water for a cup of tea or coffee. You need a plug to put into the mains. I see myself maybe as one of these plugs that you wire the kettle to and you stick it into the mains, and suddenly it's a conduit for power through the flex into the appliance. But we handled it with care. We handled that appliance with care. As we handle our understanding of Christ consciousness with care, we take our steps slowly. Now let us reflect. Let us come together, all of us, as we dim the lights and we come before the Christ. Let us ask Him now to come in and touch us. Because this session is not about me. It's about allowing Him back into our heart. Because He sees us. Oh yes. He sees us in our humanity. But there's one thing He says to you and me. Like poor Thomas. Thomas couldn't believe that the risen Christ stood before him. He doubted. That's why you, Elizabeth, and I shared the same birthday, the 21st of December, the feast of St. Thomas, the doubting one. Jesus said to Thomas, "Put your hand in my side." With the spear pierced my skin. He got hold of Thomas's hand and placed it over the wound. But then he said something very important and historical. "Thomas, because you have seen me, you believe. Blessed are they who do not see, but yet believe. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven." And now as we come into the table of many blessings, we join the cosmic Christ who sat there waiting for us. And I don't know about you, but there's an excitement in my solar plexus. And my heart is beginning to palpate. I'm beginning to feel a slight fibrillation of joy. Because I'm coming into the presence of my beloved, my teacher, my brother, my friend. Let us relax now. And let us just sense the love of God. Let us just sense the wonderful, wonderful peace that's flowing from His presence and he brings good karma. Yes. And as we sit at the table, there is a note. There's a note that says, "Welcome back, my dear friend. I have missed you. I have longed to share with you about this amazing event that you and I have been preparing for since the beginning of time. And you're here, and I welcome you, my beloved." Hear those words. We are welcome. The Christ has welcomed us for agape. What a joy to know someone has the tenderness and the compassion and the empathy to accept us as we are, when many of our friends and family and past lovers have rejected us and left us like a heap of garbage, disregarding our feelings. Even our church, God's representatives. But we come with a joyful heart, and as we sit at this table, we can hear the Master say, "Let us go for a stroll. I know the very place." And no sooner had we sat down, we're standing up again, and we can see in the corner of this room a special door. We go through the door, and suddenly it's like walking into a cloud. We're walking on air. We're walking on the most magnificent clouds. And he's taken our hand, and so has Magdalena. And we're walking effortlessly on these brilliant clouds of love. And in the distance we can hear the most amazing music of harps and violins. And the mist clears, and we are sat in this tropical garden, and all we can do is smell the most magnificent fragrance of lemons and tangerines, pineapples, the most exotic fruits, and it's just so healing and powerful that Jesus said, "Would you like to sit under the mango tree with me?" And I say yes. And as we sit under the tree, we've become intoxicated by the scent of mangoes. But as we sit, he cradles us in his arms, and both arms are around us as he draws us to his heart, and he's saying, "Welcome home. Welcome home. It's taken a long time to finally get you to come back to the person you agreed to be all those years ago, in all those lifetimes when you had to learn so many painful lessons. But this is your final one. This is the big one." Receive my love. I know you've tried to battle alone. I know you've tried to go it alone, being so independent. And that's a quality, but in the end it's destroyed you. Because you gave out to so many, and you allowed so many hurt you. And tears flow. Tears of sorrow flow for the mistakes we've made. And he wipes our tears, and he said, "There's no need to cry. For I was with you. I stood there, and I witnessed everything with you. But remember this, I've never condemned you. I've never condemned you or wronged you. And I welcome you now into my arms of love. And I want you to know that I have loved you with an everlasting love. And there is no greater love than this. For I laid down my life for you when I was the man Jesus. And I would do it again because you are a beautiful child of God. Oh yes, you are. Can you not receive that? Can you not allow your heart receive my word that you are a beautiful, magnificent child of God? And I want you to ascend and take your rightful place next to me. Will you allow me help you now in this final transition? It's not going to be easy. There are going to be times of real stress when those you thought you knew will turn on you. But remain centered, remain grounded and protected. And never forget your prayer, the prayer of silence, of being still. And remember, you are not alone. I am but a breath away. And at this moment our hearts are burning. They're burning with so much love. And it's as if we've had a heavy chain around our heart and it's not been able to expand. The ventricles and the atrium have been crushed by all the heaviness that we have carried and endured in our life, where we have allowed others oppress us. But we're being free now. We can hear and sense the links of this very thick chain being released by the love that's flowing into our being from the cosmic Christ. And Magdalena comes, and she knows we're struggling to accept what the Master is sharing with us. And she sits by our feet and looks up and says, "You're not alone. The company of heaven are around you. You do not see them, but they see you. They bring people into your life when you least expect. Think of the times when you've had phone calls out of the blue, when you've been down on your luck. That's the company of heaven, trying to offer you support, encouragement. You are loved. Hang in there. This is our time. We have waited for this," she said. "But we've not given up on mankind. We've not given up. And we will persist in releasing the purest love. And you are that love. You are that love. For there is no one better than you, because you were anointed and appointed to be the hands and the feet and the beating heart of the cosmic Christ. Be still. Relax. And receive his love. And with every in-breath that you take, you now know in your being that this is what I must do. Take back my power from those who have wronged me. Take back my power from those who have injured me, and bless them, and stand up straight and manifest my abundance as a beloved of God. Never forget my mantras. I am a beloved of God. I am a child of the light. I am free. I am free by the cosmic Christ, who's now preparing me to reach out to so many more by just holding them in love, by not saying anything, but just to be in the presence of love and allow that love flow through me. And suddenly we wake up where we are and we realize that we've been to a beautiful place, a special place, and we did see the Christ, and we did hear him speak, and we're at peace in our heart. Just take a nice deep breath, and let us now release love to the cosmic Christ and the world who desperately needs love. And let us give thanks to the I Am presence within us, who has needed a top-up of love. Let us hold each other's hand across the internet, and let us put a seal on our love for one another by remaining consistent to our commitment to be still each day and to allow the energies of the cosmic Christ and the energies of the divine feminine Magdalena touch us, prepare us for this amazing event. Be still now. Be still in the presence of God.